freaking me out there. If I'm honest, I have no idea what's going on. Hello, welcome to this video. My name's Dan, aka Lucent. I'm a singer-songwriter, music producer person, and today I'm going to be reacting to Artangels by Rhymes as voted by you. So let's go. Okay, so a bit of a surprise for me, at least. So I put a poll out on the channel, as I do occasionally when I need a bit of feedback from you, featuring 3 of the most requested albums on the channel, and I got you to vote for which one you would like to see next. I fully expected Ray with 21st Century Blues to win. If not, I was thinking it's going to be SZA, SOS, but it wasn't. It was the other option, Grimes, Artangels. We kind of thought that those other 2 were getting a lot more requests, but there we go. I guess we're going to do a bit of Grimes. Yeah, I'm excited to dig into Grimes. Grimes features recently on the Caroline Polachek song, which was quite cool, and there was like one song of Grimes that I had on a playlist one time. Can't remember what it was, but I did enjoy it. And I know about kind of some of her stuff as a celebrity, but we're going to be focusing on the music today, obviously. I'm interested to get into this artist because what I know about her is that she's like really kind of left of centre, so she should be quite an interesting one to get into. So there was a song playing at the beginning of this video. Did you enjoy it? That song actually happens to be the song Criminal, and it's by me, and you can stream it on all streaming platforms, including Spotify and everything. The link is in the description for you. If you want to subscribe to the channel, then you can do. Just go, do it there. I do a big reaction every single Friday, and I sometimes do other videos on Tuesdays as well. And if you want to support me on Patreon, watch this video and all my big reactions completely uncut, and also get to watch my videos early as well, you can support me on Patreon. Links in the description. Probably top comment as well if I remember to do it. Cool, let's get on to this reaction. I'm excited to dig into Grimes. Art. Did somebody mention art? Let's do this. This is song number 1. This is Laughing and Not Being Normal. Okay. Slightly horror vibes, actually. Oh, I love the strings. It's a really cool experimental kind of soundscape. It's kind of like an orchestral opener, but with experimentation. Lots of really fun production going on. Wow. Oh, I love it. I love where it's moving harmonically as well. Oh, wow. It's kind of religious, kind of like hymn-like. Love it. This is fabulous. Cool. It's quite sinister. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. That is such a fucking cool intro track. I love an intro track on an album. Sets up the sonic landscape, can set up some of the storytelling and stuff. I love doing all my music too. That was so cool because it really was giving me shades of like orchestral kind of opening auteur, whatever you call it. Like similar to how Lady Gaga opens Chromatica. Maybe like Lady Gaga was taking a little bit of an inspiration from Grimes when she did that. Yeah, but the thing is, right, is that it sounded like this kind of orchestral opening like thing, or like was referencing that, but like was totally telling a different story with the way in which it was produced. There was fear, there was cynicism, it was quite sinister, but like the way in which she used like panning, phase stuff and filters, it kind of really gave it a sense of like dreaminess, and then it kind of resolved into something a little bit more religious. Like the way in which she was singing that thing, it sounded like a hymn. The way the harmony was going sounded quite kind of Christian, and I think maybe that's the reference to the art and the angels. The angels being like the Christian kind of holy side of it, and the art being the what the fuck, I'm gonna throw everything at the wall and see what sticks and make it kind of inspired and strange. That's where I'm going. That's where that first song kind of links together for me and seems to be setting up this concept. Yeah, okay, I should look at the lyrics. Lean on the ground with you on my knees. Kneel in the water down low, so there's like an element of prayer, potentially kneeling for sex, but also like the water side of it, there's like a purity, there's like a cleanse, you know, maybe like baptism, those kinds of shades it's, yeah, cool. Okay, next song. This is California. Ooh, that drum is like... Oh, it's really swung. Okay. I've got it now. I was like, that is like out of time. I love hearing something really swung that's like electronic, you know? This is fun. This is fun. Cool. It's really epic, but also really swung. I don't know, there's something cool about that. That first song was really loud, and this one's a lot quieter. Strange, isn't it? Some really cool sound design stuff. Strange metallic, crunchy sounds as well. Like, it's like taking like hints of like country, Americana, I think with the swung thing, and with the kind of affected guitar-ish sound in the background. Well, that's a squelchy noise, isn't it? I love how it combines some kind of like pretty like typical pop songwriting kind of sentiment, you know, in terms of melody and chords and stuff. But the sounds that are used are so batshit. You only like me when you think I'm sad. Is that what she said? It's quite a happy song for being treated badly, you know. It's just so fun. I wasn't expecting this. Ooh. Right at the end there was a little bit of like something kind of binaural about it. Binaural being the recording technique where you actually record with two microphones inside of a styrofoam head. It's like an illusion that replicates what it is to hear the sound, so it sounds like it's actually in the same room as you. That's what that ending kind of says. It's like she was like whispering in your ear. There was like water trickling. It's very, very cool. Yeah, what a cool song. Like when you think of like swing, you always think of like a barn dance, or you think of like, you know, like country, get your knees up, yeehaw type stuff. And that links to the kind of California thing as well. So to kind of take an element of that, but then to layer on top of it sounds that are totally different. This is the art, I think, in it. You know, you've got the squelching sounds, you've got the metallic sounds, I think it's guitars, but they seem like so affected that you get an element of them being guitars, but it sounds like an otherworldly instrument, you know. That's kind of like something that I picked up on with Björk when I did her post reaction in particular, is that she was like taking things that were recognizable to the listener and then messing about with them. And that's exactly what she seems to have done on that song. Taken something that sounds recognizable in terms of like melody, in terms of rhythm, and then layer on top of it all these other strange sounds and taking you to another world. Recognizable at the same time as being really interesting and weird and different, taking you somewhere else. Like, to be able to tread that line, it takes a lot of skill. Yeah, I really like it. Let's look at the lyrics. This music makes me cry. It sounds just like my soul. Or I'm not ready to win, oh Lord, because I don't want to know what they say. Because I get carried away commodifying the pain. Bad things they see in me, I cannot see myself. When you get bored of me, I'll be back on the shelf. Seems to be maybe like referencing her relationship to music and her relationship to success. Maybe she's talking about like the way in which like the music that she's making sounds like her soul in a way that it moves her, but like then she feels like, oh wait, am I just commodifying my pain? Am I just packaging up my own soul and selling it? You know, like she's very conflicted. And then she's like, when you're bored of my music which represents my soul, you would just put me right back on the shelf. I think it's dealing with the fact that like something that can be so deep and important for you can be quite shallow for somebody else, and ultimately you can't really control that, you know? Yeah, interesting. Maybe it's like her finding herself in, you know, Hollywood, in California, in like the home of creative stuff in the US, and actually realizing that it's all about money. It's kind of like a little bit of a growing up thing in a way as well, isn't it? Like realizing that other people don't find you as important as you find yourself, you know? Next song, this is Scream Grimes Feet. I recognize that character, but I can't say it because my Chinese or Japanese is not very good. Can I get a bit of a metal? Whoa. We've got rock concert going on. This is a bit hyperpop adjacent, huh? Is she hyperpop? I don't know. Would you say that? Cool. The tempo of this is like much more like insistent, isn't it? It's like in your face. Well, we've got a bit of a marching band thing going on. That's cool. Yeah. I have no idea what's going on with the lyric. It's an interesting like marching band reference, but also like rock concert reference. The screaming of a crowd, you know. It's really cool. I like how she's like produced the crowd, and they're in the distance. Cool. Okay, that was a different sound, less up my street, really, but I appreciate like the creativity on show there. That one seems to be split down the middle in terms of like two really distinct references of like the rock concert with the crowd and the guitars and the screaming and stuff, and then with the marching band and the drums. Gives you two different references. It's like I'm not sure where to sit with it. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, totally unique. I feel like this is going to be the kind of album that really kind of makes me get inspired and kind of think about my own music in a different way, you know? Oh, it's all in Chinese. Okay, love that for me. Grimes. English. Because I don't know Chinese. Aristophanes. Aristophanes? Is that how you say the feature? The screams that are buried in the lungs, buried in the bones and the muscles, unexploded, undeniable, cram into a sickness. What used to be dry is now sodden, swollen, meaty, moist and juicy. Oh, yeah. My teeth are bouncing off it. A woman pulls out the handful of black hair with her bare hands. It's like somebody having a breakdown. Quick, spread the legs without desire wide. I take a bite. Are you still unmoved? So something to do with sex. Taking a bite after... Oh, God, it's really, like, horrific, like, kind of grotesque lyrics. If you can't scream, then swallow it down is the main hook. I plan to record your scream as you reached orgasm, but then realised I've pressed the wrong button. The moment has been lost, irretrievable. You lie there struggling with the body fluid that is getting cold. Sticky, transparent, elastic flowers in my palm. This is so gross. It's like sex, but like super grotesque and super like stressful. And it also seems to be like kind of looking at a scream and the way in which it can kind of mean different things. It can mean passion, it can mean desire, but also fear, and a bit of a thing going on there in terms of like the dichotomy of those two things. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what the two references in the music are referencing. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Let's go on to the next one. So I think this is the one that was on my playlist. So I actually know this one, but let's listen to it in context of the album, because this seems to be the point, right? Is that this is an album's album, you know? It's just so up my street, this song. I love the whip sound. This one. Yeah. This is such a fierce song. I forgot about this. I haven't listened to it in years. I remember hearing this and thinking, I didn't think Grimes did pop, you know? Anymore. What a cool hook. It just doesn't really mean anything. It's like, it's really giving me this energy. This. I think this music is like sampling to the max. How can I use like sampled sounds in a way that feels like new, artful, and really pushes the envelope, you know? Oh, I love that filter. Like, we think we're going to go into the chorus, but it's just do the whole chorus just under a massive filter. It's so sick. I'm obsessed. It's so sick. I'm going to be stealing that. I love that hook. I don't even know what she's saying. Oh, uncontrollable. Is that what she's saying? I love a bit of kind of like, almost like J-pop sounding, like sparkly, twinkly stuff. You know, it's very... That's such a good song. It's like such a kind of like bright energy, you know? That's kind of what I love about it, is this like real brightness. It seems so Genki. That means like jubilant and energetic, cutesy, but also like has so much depth to it. And the production is fucking sick. Like that like fake out with that chorus is so sick. It's like building up your expectation. When you hear the, you know that it's going to go into the chorus, but instead of like going into the full fleshed out chorus, she filters off all of the high frequencies. High frequencies. So it has like all of the so it only has like the bass. It's like it kind of sounds like you're outside of a club and you can only hear the low stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's that vibe. If you don't leave me, you claw, you fight, you lose. Got a doll that looks just like you. Remember when we used to say I love you almost every day? I saw a light in you going out as I closed our window. You never liked me anyway. So it's the end of a relationship, it seems to be. I don't see the light I saw in you before. And no, I don't care anymore. Now you'll never know. Oh, that's what it says. Now you'll never know. Baby, believe me, you had every chance. You destroyed everything that you know. Uncontrollable. If you don't need me, just let me go. So it's like the end of a relationship that hasn't quite finished yet. It had the perfect flow. It got lost when you gave it up though. Because you want money, you want fame. So it's about like maybe like this person that she's dating, their ambitions of like fame and money have left her in the dust. Or maybe they thought that by clinging to Grimes, they'd be able to get that. And she's just like, no, fuck off. Like, yeah, very cool. I really like that. I mean, I already had heard that song before, but like, I haven't heard it in ages. And actually like my listening tastes and my ears have like expanded in terms of like my taste level and stuff since I've been doing the channel, because I'm listening to so much new music all the time. It's really, really cool to go back and listen to it now, because I feel like I kind of understand it even more, you know, and can appreciate it even more. It's nice. Okay, let's go on to the next song. This is Belly of the Beast. Beast! Oh. Belly of the Beat. I suppose that's the point, isn't it? And what's going on there? I like that guitar. I'm obsessed with the sound of that acoustic guitar. It's so soft. What the hell is that? It's freaking me out a bit. I love how cutesy it is. It's like cute and disgusting at the same time. What's it like? Kimuchi warui? That Japanese thing, which is like cute and disgusting. Yeah. I think her voice is really interesting because she has this kind of cutesy thing, but like the signature of her voice is almost the way that it's produced, you know? It's like highly electronic, almost like alien sounding thing, you know? It's cool. It's very cartoony, you know? I think like the kind of cartoon aesthetic is really something that she seems to be leaning on quite a lot throughout this album. I think of like the whip cracks and stuff, like it's very cartoon, isn't it? She loves a filter sweep, doesn't she? Fun. Love that. Cool. Yeah, I like that. I really liked the combination of sounds. Loved the kind of slightly soft guitar and the tambourines and the shakers and stuff, giving it a bit more of a grounded feel. But then there was some really weird ass sounds. There was like some kind of weird like thing going on, which stressed me out slightly. And I really liked the production on the claps and the clicks and stuff. Give it this like really crunchy kind of sound. Yeah, really cool. I liked it. I could feel the world today. Everybody dies in the point they arise, and we dance like angels do. I love that. That's really beautiful poetry, like the flow of it. Breaking all you need in the shapes of faiths and knowledge of you. Contemplating life and death, religion, faith. And you'll never get sad, and you never get sick, and you never get weak in the belly of the beat. So maybe there's like a sense of like music being the thing that she sees as like her religion, the thing that she has faith in, the thing that gives her life purpose. I could leave this world today, everybody dies, we cut out their eyes and we dance like angels do. You forget about all of this really heavy shit when you've got your music on. You know, that's what I'm getting from that. Okay, next song, this is Kill the Maim. I'm liking the pace of it already. This has got single energy to it. Ooh. Wow. It's like cheerleadery. It's reminded me of Ashniko. Do you remember when I did Ashniko? Maybe like Ashniko's like a kind of like inspired by Grimes kind of person. Cool. I love how it's so full and went to like... I love that. It's like a real cynical kind of like thing, isn't it? I love how she like merges like the sense of like anger, like fierceness, and like something really cutesy. It's really cool. And I think it like does a lot to express like the inner turmoil, inner anguish of somebody who maybe comes across quite cute and doesn't know how to express that, you know? Nice. This is a fierce chorus. I can imagine hearing this like in a bar or something and kind of going off, you know. This has definitely got a lot more like cartoony energy to it, isn't it? It's really, really impressive how she's managed to manipulate these sounds to kind of have this like really like exaggerated sense of cartoony energy. It's really fierce. I love that. It almost sounds like it could be a video game soundtrack in like that first bit. It's like really giving me like video game, cartoon, bit of Japanese influences there, like all those things kind of merging together. And I love how she creates that just with the sound, you know. It's really, really fierce. It's also Japanese in the way that it kind of combines these like super high energy level of cutesiness, but also like something grotesque at the same time. It's like, you know, it's... I apologise. You know what I mean. It's that vibe. The lyrics. I got in a fight. I was indisposed. I was despite all the wicked prose. But I'm only a man, okay, and I do what I can. I got friends in high places, I get out for free. BEHAVE, arrest us. Italiana mobster looking so precious. You gave up being good when you declared a state of war. So there's a kind of raging against the machine kind of feel to this, isn't it? I want to be this person who can just like go out and do whatever the fuck they want. Like I'm raging against like the societal pressures that force me to behave. Like I don't want to fucking behave. But it seems to be she's like creating like this character who can misbehave and just do whatever the fuck they want and get off scot-free within this song. Maybe that's kind of what she's trying to get out of her system so that she doesn't actually do it IRL, you know. Next song, this is Artangels, the title track. Okay, so we've got a bit of a reference to the opening track there. The kind of angelic hymn stuff. Ooh! Fun! I'm feeling this. Fierce. Oh, nice. I love the vibes in this one. I love the positive kind of sense of optimism in it. Nice. That guitar riff is really sending me. I love it. Everything I love is consolation after you. Wow. I'm just really, really, really in the zone with this song. I'm really feeling this like sense of like overwhelming kind of like, it feels like she's overwhelmed by beauty in a way, you know. There's like some like musical thing going on. I think it might be in Mixed Lydian, which is probably why I love it. Nice. Need your medicine, I'm high on adrenaline. It's about being able to like live within a natural high, you know, not have to take drugs or alcohol, whatever, to actually feel like inspired, you know. I love it. Nice. Yeah, I love that. That's, I think, probably my favourite song so far. I really, really liked that. That was so cool. It just really had such a like youthful sense of optimism to it. You know, it was really like had Jubilance. You know, that's the kind of song you listen to if you really need like a pep talk on like a, you know, I can imagine like walking down the street with the sun shining and just being like, the world is beautiful, I love it. And that's really took me there. And it's really cool that like her music is experimental and is out there and is like weird and squelchy and metallic and all those things. How it can sound like that, but also sounds so like uplifting. It's really cool. I'm gonna add that one to my spring playlist. I do like playlists like every season as a way of like getting myself in the mood for that season, and my spring forward playlist is full of like bright optimistic songs. Angel Baby, there is nothing I would rather do. Think I love you, but I know that I will never do. Okay. Everything I love becomes everything I do, so tell me anything you want to. You're my darling girl, tell me what's on your mind. Tell me anything you feel like, anything you feel like. Je comprehends, je la dit, c'est la vie. Oh, Montreal, I pull apart, I don't mind. Sounds like maybe she's fallen in love with a girl from Canada, the French-speaking bit, maybe. Running every red light, you were right, oh, Montreal, don't break my heart, I think I love you. So it is about this kind of youthful sense of like falling in love, which I really love, that vibe. Angel Baby, you got me feeling kind of blue, think I need you, and you know the things that would do. So she's kind of obsessed with this person. She's maybe questioning maybe like whether this obsession is actually all that healthy, because it's like, I need you and everything I love after you is a consolation. So maybe this is like, actually maybe she's still living in those feelings of like still being in love and like, you know, feeling very much in love, but actually maybe it's after the relationship, because she's saying that everything that she's loved after this girl is a consolation prize. You know, it doesn't live up to it. I don't need your medicine, gonna dance all night, I'm high on adrenaline, that's right. But it's almost like she's focusing in on those feelings of love even when maybe it's over, you know, and she's just living in that moment and just trying to like stay in that moment even though she kind of knows that there's something going on. It's kind of like living in the dream of it, you know. How does that link to Artangels? Don't know. Maybe it's like her love of art and her love of this girl. Maybe the girl is the angel. I'm not sure. Let's go on to the next one. This is Easily. Okay. Is that like animal sounds going in the background? It really throws you off when it just stops. Even when it's like pretty much just piano, she knows how to make it sound weird. Cool. I love the dexterity in that, like the way in which she uses the automation and uses the space that she creates by stopping that piano to actually make you listen to the details in her sound design. It's really like cool. This is great. This album is so cool. Nice. Cool. I love that warm, rich pad. It's like a mixture of vocals and like, yeah, it's just really gorgeous. Whoa, squeaky breakdown. Who knew? Really love how this album is so experimental but still has its grounding in kind of relatable pop music, towing the line brilliantly. Oh, I love that. Use of those strings there, fabulous. It's so funny how each song just kind of like ends and it's like, next one. That was really cool. I adored like how she just took you on a journey through sound. It was like, you know, you're going to listen here and you're not going to listen here. And actually when you listen to this bit, it's going to be like, there's a gap and there's going to be something to hear in there that is completely different. And then she's like, I'm going to not repeat this bit, but I'm going to repeat this bit and I'm going to take it through here and I'm going to go through here and I'm going to end it with like, this sounds that have not been used in the song previously at all, but kind of build up this like real textural thing that comes out of nowhere and then have the stuff going underneath. It's just like so cool. It's just I love it. It's amazing. It's really cool. I think the center of that is that it takes you on these crazy journeys, but because it has a real center in pop, you don't feel like you're excluded from her world. It feels like she's bringing you in. She's using enough kind of relatable kind of referential stuff so that you can get into it, but then taking you somewhere when you get there. And that's something that's really like, I can see parallels with her and Björk, you know. There's a wave of these creative artists you can tell have been inspired by the way in which Björk creates music. It's really cool. It's amazing, really, isn't it? You know, fly through the night, fly like everyone I know, like everyone I've been conceited. Fly through the night, doesn't matter where you go. When you leave, I feel so defeated. Don't tell me with your story because I've got my own. It feels like Grimes as a person, and especially at the point of writing this album, is kind of has a lot of youthful lack of confidence. It's very kind of giving me quite teenage energy in the way that it's really throwing everything out there, but almost like in the lyrics being like, I'm afraid, I have attachment issues, I'm worried about people leaving me, I don't want to be abandoned. This song is definitely giving me that, you know. Never better, just less immediate. You come and go, but I love you so. Easily, I'm the sweetest damn thing you ever saw. Maybe someone's got back in contact with her and she's kind of like, how are you finding this so easy when I find it so terribly awful and I feel completely abandoned? You know, it's a bit of that, I think. Let's go on to the next one. This is Pin. Cool. Liking the vibes. Maybe a pop rock vibes. Really cool, fun stuff with filters going on. More really cartoony sounds. I love it. Really fun stuff. Love it. That's super bright chorus. I really like this vibe as well. Like, I really like this whole album, to be honest. It's really cool. Nice. Nice. Oh, like a vocoder, voice box maybe. This one's got a little bit more of like a kind of long reverb, slightly more energy, that kind of energy. Cool. Love it. Every single moment is thought about, isn't it? Like every single moment of every single song is like, there's detail. I really, really like the detail, you know? It's almost like a harp thing going on as well. More great vibes. I feel like this album has like such a kind of mission statement to like really push the boundaries on what pop can be, but not musically. Like I feel like musically, it's kind of keeping it recognizable, like I was saying. But like in terms of the sounds, it's like really like pushing the boundaries and actually thinking, can I make something that sounds like a cartoon? You know, and she really does do that. It's fabulous. I love that. Dirt on your fingernails, blood on your knees, but did that ever make you happy? I think you are my best friend, gentle, do not reprehend. I know it hasn't been a dream, but if you pardon, I will mend. So there's some sort of like friendship that seems to have broken down slightly, and she's saying, you know, I'm going to try and mend that with you, you know. Drunk in a parking lot just after 3, tearing out your hair like a banshee, lighter and a safety pin, light the end, burn the skin. Wow. It's almost like, you know, related to like, you know, when friends like do like a blood pact thing or whatever, you know, it's that kind of vibe, you know. There's a real teenage energy, yeah, it's like following through, you know. Kiss me with a big knife, bloody heart of paradise, living like a soldier, peace of mind must be nice. So she's really like, there's a lot of anxiety and maybe like she's seeing maybe this friendship is like, you know, they maybe make each other anxious and not actually helping one another. Let's go on to the next one. This is Reality, spelt wrong. Oh, fun. I love that. Slightly slower pace to this one. Your love kept me alive. I like that feeling. Building tension. Nice. Using kind of like early noughties kind of synth. It's reminding me of I can't remember what that song is, but like that kind of era, you know. Cool. I love that she kind of is almost like tempo wise and rhythm wise, she's really going through kind of like a real broad scope of like different kind of pop tropes, you know. Like this one's a little bit more kind of slow club banger kind of, yeah, like early noughties, a bit like maybe like a Dido remix. Do you know what I mean? cool. Love the kind of crunch on that. I love the warmth in this one. It's like a real kind of electrical warmth, you know. It's to do with the bass and to do with the pad, you know. It's really giving me, yeah, fullness, you know. Cool. I love this. Yeah, very cool. I got very lost in that vibe. Like, it really was giving me that kind of like ambient club electro thing. I don't know how to describe it. My knowledge of dance music is not all that well versed, you know. But yeah, it was really taking me off onto another planet, which I really liked. I love the fullness of it. I love kind of like how it was almost a little bit simple, like simpler than the other songs, but didn't let go of the detail. You know, there was still plenty of detail in there, but it was a little bit less like frenetic, a little bit less cartoon, you know. I loved the place where it took me. It's really nice. It's called Realiti, so maybe it's coming out of the cartoon and becoming a bit more real, you know. When we were young, we used to get so close to it, and you were scared and you were beautiful. Oh, I want to peer over the edge and see in death if we are always the same. Oh, I fear that no life will ever be like this again, because your love kept me alive and it made me insane. So it's like reminiscing on a love that was really so passionate that it kind of inspired like such highs and lows, you know. There were moments where it seemed okay. Where do you go? Where do you stay? There was a time when the music would play. Oh, baby, every morning there were mountains to climb, taking all my time. And when I get up, this is what I see. Welcome to reality. There seems to be like a clarity, like an understanding maybe in looking back. Maybe it's like a bit of like hindsight is 2020 vision, you know, actually seeing things for what they were. I think like getting to the top of that mountain, you know, which is like maybe her grief of like getting over the relationship, but when she gets to the top, she actually feels like she can rejoin the real world and actually understand what it is to be an adult, you know, maybe. I really like that. But yeah, it seems to be looking at like what it is to grow up, I think. Okay, let's go on to the next one. This is World Princess Part 2. Don't know what happened to Part 1, but we'll go with it. Ooh. Cartoon squelch. Fun. We're back to the cutesy cartoon, aren't we? I love the bounciness. The bounce. Nice. It's like a shuffle, isn't it? Oh, okay. Full and swing is gone. We've gone to straight. Got that kind of marching band snare. It's got a mixture of like swung elements in the rhythm, but also like straight underneath, which is quite interesting. And this is so cool. Every single transition like has a detail and has like something for you to listen to. It's really fascinating. So cool. Nice. Oh, key change. Abrupt key change. Cool. Oh my god, this is so fierce. And somehow, has it managed to go back into the original key? I don't know how that happened. That was like really just like so many levels of that. Like it was like a different world. And she was just taking us, like walking us from one place to another within this like world of sound. It was really, really cool. Just something to really lose yourself in. Really appreciated the richness and fullness of that one again. But that key, that synth hook like really did perpetuate throughout, which I think brought it back home, you know, quite reliably, which was quite well done. Got a big dream, small world in between. Me and everything I can't do, not really bad day, just okay. But I can see something more than the things that you tried to take. Now you've made a mistake, don't you cry, it's mine, it's mine. I saw the parade, big band must convince. Oh, nothing else could be more complete. I know most likely how I used to be frail and silly. Thought in your mind you call me your kind, you're so far behind me. Maybe it's about like maybe like growing up past somebody who's given you like shit before and just kind of like looking back and saying, being confident in yourself now. I feel like she has really grown in confidence through the album, you know? Yeah, she like sees kind of a bigger purpose and has a bit more of a purpose that's bringing her through it, you know? Let's go on to the final few songs of this album. The next one, this is Venus Fly, feat Janelle Monáe. I adore Janelle Monáe. She's fierce. Let's go. Okay. Cool. Okay. Not where I was expecting you to go after the opening. Quite dark, isn't it? Like dark electronica. Yeah. Fierce. Nice. Okay, here we go. Gonna go off. Fierce. Okay, I was not expecting like a dark drop. Janelle's like voice and her delivery is like adding such an extra layer to it. Seems to be like she's saying like, why are you looking at me? Like, why'd you give a shit about what I'm doing? I'm just gonna do my own thing. This is cool. This is mad though. Was not expecting the strings, if I'm honest. This is like so not what I was expecting from the song, and like the drops kind of go to a really different place. It really does go off though, it's really cool. Can't make that noise. These like string interludes are so bonkers, like they're so random. I'm not against it though. Nice. Cool. Yeah. Why are you looking at me, girl? I love Janelle's like vocal delivery. It kind of has like such a kind of personality to it. She really has such star quality that even when she's like drenched in reverb and mixed into a crazy grime song, she still has so much personality. It's great. And like attitude, yeah, that one really brought the attitude. And just like production wise was less like cartoony, more like kind of grimy. And really went to a place that was darker, but then also had the weird like string interludes, which were beautiful, like really beautiful. If I'm honest, I have no idea what's going on. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm glad that I'm there. Why are you looking at me now? Why are you looking at me again? What if I pulled my teeth, cut my hair underneath my chin, wrap my curls all around the world, throw my pearls across the floor? It's like, what if I were to make myself ugly? What if I were to make myself powerful? You know, fuck you, you know. Pity, 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 Pat, why are you always doing that? Why are you always talking smack? Yeah, Grime's got my back. Love it. There's definitely an essence of female empowerment, empowering yourself in a way that you want, in the way that you want to, you know? Yeah. I wonder what the Venus fly trap thing is about. You have to let me know. Maybe it's like a connection to Venus, like womanhood, you know, maybe that's the point. Yeah. Okay, let's go on to a penultimate song. This is Life in the Vivid Dream. This is a short one. Ooh. Ooh, thunderstorms. I could live in the world just like a stranger. People are good in the end, but why would I lie to you? Yeah. Wow. Love those drums and the guitar. What the fuck? That transition is ridiculous. She really sets it up like it's gonna go somewhere, and then it doesn't. It's like, I love that. I really, really liked that little interlude song. Like, that was gorgeous. Like, it felt like it had maybe some of the learnings of the album on it. But what I loved was that we were taken to this like cinematic place of like thunderstorms in the distance and like the rain not pouring but like lightly trickling, you know. And yeah, then it builds up and completely about changes to something completely different. It sounds like it's on shuffle. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so weird. But yeah, let's look at the lyrics. I could live in the world just like a stranger. I could tell you the truth or a lie. I could tell you the people that are good in the end. But why? Why would I? Angels will cry when it's raining. Tears. Oh yeah, the tears of angels. That's the thing, right? Tears that are no longer clean What do you mean? What do you mean it's all gone? I waited here so long. Now that you're missing something, you want to leave the world with me. You want to leave. Mentioning angels, I think, is key. Maybe it's like the realization that everything's not quite as mythical and beautiful as it was supposed to be, you know, as she was promised. You know, what do you mean it's all gone? Like, I've waited so long. Like, I thought that by the time I figured all this shit out, I would be happy, but actually maybe I'm not. You know, actually, shall we just live in our escapism? Maybe escapism is something that we need, you know? Maybe that's why it's like life in a dream, you know? You escape into your dreams in order to continue. Do you know what I mean? It's like, feels quite existential. Before we go on to the final song, if you made it this far and you were enjoying the video, then make sure to click the subscribe button and make sure to leave a comment if you want to hear more Grimes reactions. I've loved this. If this video does well, I will do more Grimes reactions. So make sure to leave a comment, make sure to like, let me know which album I should do next, etc, etc. And if you want to support me further, the Patreon link is in the description. You can watch this video with no cuts if you want. Okay, final song. This is Butterfly. About change, very different vibe. Oh. Very, very heavy club kick drum. Nice. Completely different drum kit. Nice. Love it. Oh my god, I love it. Real optimism here, you know. Love it. Oh, beautiful. Nice. Love the little like synth stuff going on. Like, there was this song that I was really obsessed with when I was a teenager, and it was by a Japanese band, and it was called Heavenly Star. Can't remember what the band was. I feel like it's in a similar kind of place. It's like this like beautiful kind of dream pop, you know, and that's what I'm really loving listening to this album, you know. It feels like we're in a dream, you know. Ugh, yeah. Nice. Ah. Oh my god, what the fuck? It's so weird. I'll never be a dream girl. There's like a sense of like the dream kind of being that kind of like bouncy energy and then her kind of like undercutting it, you know? But I love how she brings in that bouncy thing like in different places, puts a sidechain on it, like fucks around. I just love it. Like the production on this is just insane. And I love how that one just takes off. You know, it really gives me a feeling of like flying, a feeling of soaring, you know, like a butterfly. That's the vibe in it. Let's have a look at the lyrics quick before I go into my overall opinions. Big beats, black cold, get it wrong, get loud, write a song, get down and everyone will know and everyone can go. So there's a sense of like being joined with music, you know. And then get lost, take his shit, maybe not, listen good, he's gone, everything you know and everything should go. Does feel about like she's encouraging people to just escape, not only through her music but through like the lyrics themselves, you know. You could be anything out there, butterflies flying in the air. I know it came higher than aeroplane, don't know this song, sweeter than sugar cane. Why are you looking for a harmony? There is harmony in everything. It's a butterfly whose wings span the world. Beautiful. Yeah, it really does seem to be summing up this sense of the album in a way, because I think that like her mission statement is escapism and taking people with her in this escapism, and maybe like looking at the reasons for why she needed escapism, maybe like all the kind of tumultuous teenage feelings that she was going through and the feelings of growing up that she's gone through. I think she kind of thinks that maybe that like escapism is something that's childish, but she realizes as she grows up that it's actually really necessary, and so she kind of sets the expectation for her listeners and says it's okay to live with me in my dreamlike world, and to use my dreamlike world as a form of escapism for you and for me as well. And like, what an incredible dreamscape it is. Like, I'm so inspired by all the detail, all the interesting sounds that she uses. She never rests on her laurels. She's always constantly searching for something interesting and different. And sometimes I'm a bit like, what the fuck? But actually 90% of the time I am on board, and I really enjoy like the energy that she creates, this kind of cartoonish kind of feeling, this like these big like open places that she'll just like chop into slithers like at a moment's notice, and will just take you along the ride with you. It is really pure escapism, and I think it works on so many levels, because then she actually talks about that throughout the lyrics. I think brilliant, absolutely phenomenal, love it. But I think the key part of it that really makes it good for me and not too experimental is the focus on keeping it connected to like a centrist kind of pop songwriting style. For me, if you kind of go experimental on everything, if you go experimental on lyrics, if you go experimental on music and harmony, if you go experimental on production, then it just strays too far for me, and I just don't enjoy listening to it. I think it, like, as a human, I need a little bit of like familiarity, and she paints in the familiarity through really good poppy hook songwriting, and through keeping the music a little bit simpler and a little bit more familiar. But everything else, the kind of world building, is just absolutely phenomenal and completely unique, and takes you to a completely cool, amazing dreamlike place, which feels like you're living in a cartoon. It's fabulous. Yes, that's what I think about the new album, about this album. It's fabulous. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know which album I should react to next. If this video does well, I will continue on the Grimes journey. So make sure to interact with this video, make sure to give it a like, make sure to share it, make sure to comment, all those things. Yeah, hope you enjoyed. Before we sign off, special shout out to my patrons. Their names are coming up on the screen now. On Patreon, you can get my videos early. You can get them with no cuts in between any of the songs. You can actually also request song reactions from me. You can request like an artist reaction from me, which is another tier, and you can actually request a full album. Oh, there's also a Discord community called the Crying Club, so you can actually join in at whatever level you can afford, and any support that you give me goes a really long way. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you next week for another video every Friday. Cool, bye.